Well, screw the intro. It's not working. I need to upload it onto my actual thing. Anyways, what's going on, everybody? We're going to do a conspiracy kind of party. Just talk about random stuff. Let's see what people actually are into and whatnot. And yeah, with that being said,
what makes a man is
Needed by my side, it's always been there, always been there, always been there. Needed by my side, it's always been there.
got Rockefeller Plaza. What's going on, brother?
You're doing good right now, aren't you? Everything's down.
Oh, I'm just everything's it's working on my
Long
computer,
intro,
but since it's
fucking-
not working on here, and then I don't know how to pull it up through my phone because
Yeah, what do we do?
I can't grab the link through my phone and send it. So I need to like maybe email it to him, or can you email it to me?
Jeff, yeah. Did you send me something on email, Jeff? What did you,
Or
what you ask me in Discord?
can you send it through email to my phone? Like you know sometimes you can do that. Like put the phone number.
What is
and
Jeff
send it.
asking? What is he asking me? He sent me something on
So
Twitter.
he's on Discord, so I
Okay.
see him there. Let me go ahead and send him the link real quick. Yeah, today's all kind of fucked when people are trying to do their stuff today. You know,
I'm on
It's always
Discord
fun.
too. I think if you want to look me up, how do I fucking comment?
Jeff,
think
Jeff, I sent it to you on Discord, so you're good. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to get it out to.
I think that's me on Discord, Jeff. If you want to send me an invite.
Yeah,
So-
Jeff, I sent it to your Discord because I saw your message. So it's on the link is in the Discord. So if you just open Discord, you can just click right on it. It should just open it like it normally does. Okay. Were you able to send me the link?
Me?
Yeah, or
What?
like, is there a way to send a link through
Oh.
email to the telephone, like to my
Let me
phone number? Since now you have my phone number, because I
yeah.
can't pull it up through my
Okay,
phone.
okay. I need to invite a guest. I need to copy this. Right.
Mhm.
Okay. I need to go over to Gmail.
Yes. Give us a second. We're trying to get the main conspiracy guy onto here.
I mean, I got to go over to Yahoo. I don't use Gmail. What are you talking about, Rockefeller? Oh no, they found him. Oh no, I hit trees harder than Sonny Bono. Oh no.
It's fine. I use Yahoo. I think I have a Gmail account. I just don't remember them.
Yeah, I've always
Let's go ahead and say what's up to Jeff A. We're trying to get Jeff A into here.
Yeah. Sent to you
Teams
in your.
through the intro. Yes. Well, the intro I was gonna play is only like a 1 minute one, and it's a
wasn't
totally
working.
different one.
Yeah, the damn thing
Well,
didn't work.
I had it share screened, but it didn't fucking play the music. But we
Hi,
also
Sherry.
got the lovely Sherry. What's up, Sherry?
I love seeing you in the
Yeah.
chat. Love
Now
your
that
name too.
Now that I have this up, maybe I can add.
I watch
I
you.
just
I follow
add
you
the
on Twitter, and
music?
I love your Twitter feed. We like all the same shit. You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. I'm trying to find a way to send this. I mean, maybe I'll just type out the freaking.
If he sends it to me on if he send me a thing on Discord, I can probably send him on a Discord. You know what I mean? That's why I sent him my name in the chat. If anybody
No,
sends
I'm
me-
talking about for T because
Oh.
I think he's just on his phone right now. He's like out and about.
I don't know how to send him one. Yeah, I don't have him on email or nothing. All I got him on is Twitter. So you know what? Blue Sky isn't down right now.
Oh, great! We can go onto the Pedo network. I think I'll pass on that
I'm not
one.
looking for a boyfriend. Why do I give a shit about Blue Sky?
Yeah,
Oh, you
or
know,
a
white dude
girl,
for Pablo.
or a dude who will pretend to be a girl for you.
You guys, you know what? Maybe we should go to Blue Sky. Then we wouldn't have these issues. DK, what up, bro? Hope to see you tonight, man. I hope to see you tonight. Let's go.
You know, you can click on stuff too, right, and bring it up.
I can do that. Hold up. DK Bones said, "What up, fellas?" I said, "What up, DK?" That's a little preview for YouTube and Chill tonight. I like to bring on a whole bunch of cool people. DK, hopefully, if he can make it, will be one of the guests on YouTube and Chill tonight. Shout out to my boy DK Bones. Cinevere's Fish, what's going on? How's it going, Syfaxx, Rockefeller Plaza? Right now, we're still behind the scenes doing stuff. Don't tell anybody.
Sorta. Okay, cool. I just typed it all out, so I sent it to him. All right, cool. We're waiting on the main conspiracy guy.
Conspira-T. We're doing a Conspira-T today.
T, I just
is
sent
it
it
really
to you.
going outer space?
I sent it to you on through the phone. because I noticed like the X messages, they're working on my computer. I can actually finally see my messages again, but on my phone, it's still not working through my phone. And I think T is on his phone right now.
We're going to talk about one on
How's it
YouTube
going,
and chill tonight.
Syfaxx Rockefeller? Doing good, doing good.
My boy got some prostate cancer. We got to be careful about that.
Boom, Uncle
He's an
T.
ex-president,
What's going on,
wanna
brother?
be nice, but that's going to be later on tonight. We'll talk about. But the original Conspira-T is here. Let's see what he got to say. What up, bro?
Yeah, T in the house. What's going on, T? Are you muted? Let me up the mic settings. Use the background noise. I don't know if we can hear him right now. Hey, what's up, Jeff? How's it going? Look at this guy.
He's
He's
got his ears thing fucking. Hey, you've been banished to the shadow realm. Look at you.
Dude, I'm dark as shit.
dude, Jeff is darker than T right now. What's happening?
Yeah, all that tannin.
I don't know. I'm gonna put some more lights on, I guess.
You've been banished to the shadow realm.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. Let me see here. Let's see here. We're trying to get that T in here. We can't hear you if you're trying to talk, by the way.
No, I'm not talking. I'm just listening.
Oh, there he is. It's
Yeah, that's a
Stitch
listener.
Possible weekend. It's a Stitch Possible weekend. Chris Gore said, "Stop trying to make Stitch Possible a thing, please." No, that's what they call it. Stitch Possible. Now we can see you, Jeff. What up, bro?
What's up, bros?
I'm hearing a lot of coming from you, T. You all right over there?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, right on. We can see Jeff. What's going on, man?
Yeah,
The
good
shadow
to see you
knows.
guys.
DK Bones.
So, man, let's talk about some conspiracies, T. What kind of conspiracy you got in your mind, huh? Any good ones? What were we talking about before?
The reason why they pulled back on that Marvel thing is because
That's
they're expecting bad news next year. You know, they're expecting bad news. They wouldn't pull back that movie. They wouldn't push it back to the end of the year for Christmas. That doesn't make sense, man. Christmas is 12 months a year now. Why would you do that?
Well, Uncle T is saying they thinks they moved this movie ahead because one, they need to get some money to continue to make the project, and they might be looking to sell Marvel in the future. That this is because, well, the economy might be tanking, so they might not be making the money they're making. T thinks this is a strategic move because the economy is crashing, or they thought it was going to crash under the Trump's presidency. You know what I mean? And we know Hollywood's a Democratic workspace, so they were kind of betting against the federal government. And he's wondering if this was because of, are they going to sell? Dragon Master's been saying it. You know, if Marvel flops, Marvel isn't flopping. The woke agenda they're trying to push is flopping. If that does flop, they're going to have to sell Marvel because they wasted too much money trying to push this ideology in $400 million movies that aren't making back $100 million. You can't do that over time. You know, eventually it's going to be a wash of cash.
I got a clip for T here. Here we go.
Water, fire, air, and dirt. Fucking magnets. How do they work?
What is
fucking
with
magnets
this
work,
shit?
T?
I don't understand. What is with this shit? I don't understand.
Whenever I hear like funny, I don't know, when people talk about random funny shit, I always think of that stupid
Magnets.
song. It's like, because it's the dumbest line. Wire, fodder, or it's like fire, water, air, and earth. Fucking magnets. How do they work? And it's like, you put that into a song.
You ever seen the
Makes
meme?
me laugh.
You know, like the white guys with the crazy hair that hangs out with fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson all the time. There's like two fucking astrophysicists, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and then some white dude's got crazy hair. He's like always like, oh, there's like a meme of him and it says magnets, bro, magnets. He's like, oh, looks like he's all high as shit. Like trying to explain it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, man, I'm telling you, man, he's just a wordsmith, man. He's just a fucking wordsmith. They have convinced people I'm smart and you don't have anything to back it up with. I don't have to do anything.
Somebody in his realm obviously identifies in the community because he used to be somewhat reliable, but then he went from facts-based theories onto just conspiracies. Not even that. Then it was ideologies, and now he just completely lost his credibility because Neil deGrasse Tyson today is not Neil deGrasse Tyson from 2010. That's for damn sure. Completely different person.
Yeah, he's even talks a little different, and like he kind of, for how much he was like completely science based and like, oh, these are the facts that we know type of deal. He's like, well, maybe there are more genders or whatever. He's just a fucking idiot, dude. It's whoever pays him. It's like, yeah, whatever. If you pay me to show up to your whatever college and give a lecture, I'm going to go ahead and just affirm all the stupidity here. Let's go for it.
And he's getting up in age. I don't think History Channel is paying him like they used to. So, I mean, I can't blame him. If I had a sweet gig at History Channel telling facts for this much money a year, and then it washed up and someone's like, you want Conspira-T on Conspira-T Channel for this much? How much money you gonna give me? Yeah, I'll do that.
The Islamic says Marvel hasn't been the same since Stan Lee died. The comics, the movies, all of it.
Facts.
True.
Islamic.
And then he follows it up with same with Star Wars and George Lucas. Well,
You're
George
right.
Lucas hasn't died, but his spirit for Star Wars did for sure.
Once they remove the creative,
once they cut him that $1 billion check or
Yeah.
however much it was, the $3 billion or some shit. Yeah, he stopped giving a shit.
I've said that any movie in Marvel that doesn't have Stan Lee cameo in it is probably a shit movie. And I think the last one was Endgame. Endgame was the last
fucking
movie.
Mallrats has a Stan Lee cameo. Jesus Christ! Like,
Lucasfilms, any film that Disney did after George fucking signed his name in that line. Once those two creative people of the IP walked away, there's nothing left. You know what I mean? Nope.
all right, but before we get into it with T here, I'm curious. So I'm gonna ask Rockefeller first, then Jeff. Rockefeller, what's your favorite conspiracy that's out there right now, or that you might semi believe in? You don't have to fully believe in it, but what's your favorite one? Because I have ones that I like.
Now I got one. I got two. Over time is obviously the moon landing, but right now is it's conspiracy because it has to do with everybody that's current. I don't want to hear he's not our president. Joe Biden getting prostate cancer, possibly during or before his presidency, and being covered up the entire time. And they're worried about others. That's crazy to cover up the health of a president, current sitting president. Then trying to garnish, I guess, sympathy afterwards, which they think is what's going on. I can't guarantee that.
Prostate cancer, he wasn't sitting very much. That's for sure.
Well, prostate is for your bladder, for your pee-pee. You know what I mean? But it's being pushed on from your stomach. But still, it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. So I mean, he's a grandfather. He's an ex-president of our country. I never want anybody to talk bad about a president sitting, or whether you agree with him or not. But I think shows a lot about the Democratic Party about covering up shit. That's a major thing you want to cover up about a leader of the country, the free world.
I find it crazy that a lot of these are like, not just Democrats, but the news in general just thinks that they can cover stuff up nowadays when everybody and their mother has freaking cameras on them at all times. They have access to literally the world through their phone, which is insane. It's like, and then to sit there and be like, oh, we can get away with this. And it's like, you're only getting away with it to the older generation, the people who literally still have cable, that's the only people that you're selling this bullshit to. That's the only people. But Rockefeller Plaza, what's your second one, man? You're muted.
Of all time, it was the moon landing. Now we said I think it's possible, but I also think it's possible at the time with the technology we had to make a video to make it look like we did. Now I know we've been there. I'm not saying that, but that's the two conspiracies of all time: the moon landing, and of current, the prostate thing. That's what I think.
Right on. Hey, Jeff, what you got any interesting ones, man? You probably have a couple that are cooking, especially being somebody from the military. You've probably seen some wild shit. I don't know if he's frozen right now, or can you hear us or what?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, your camera's just frozen. It's all right. It might catch back up. We'll see.
What is that? Control D or Control?
If you hit Control E, it'll
turn
put
the camera
you down.
off. You might have good signals, so it's like splitting the signal between your audio and your video. So just turn it off. Just use your profile picture.
Is that any better or no?
It's fine. It's a still frame, and it's not a bad still frame, but we can still hear you. So.
Okay. Yeah. definitely I'm gay for the 911 stuff because I'm a Iraq baby. So yeah, that stuff, controlled explosions in all the towers and that's wild. Um luckily I have a real alt-right brother who's really way like into Antarctica, and there's a base under there or some shit like that, and the pyramids. And so even T's like down with the tunnels and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of weird. So yeah, there's a lot of, and then the pedophilia and the Hollywood and the, what is it, Bohemian Grove or something like that.
Yeah, Moloch.
Yeah.
Moloch, the owl god or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look into the kids who, if you look into the child stars, why are they all under 5'8"? Why are they male childhood stars? They're all under 5'8", 5'6". They had their hymen broke when they were young. Their pelvic bone busted, you know, and they're all small. There's a reason why Gary Coleman was so small and fucking Webster. How the fuck do you find them like that? It's just such a rabbit hole, man. Those kids who are abused. Well, Macaulay Culkin talks about the guys with the red shoes and shit. You ever heard of that? Have you heard the red shoe conspiracy? That's why Dorothy's wearing fucking red shoes and all this bullshit. It's like a total.
Chat. His mic isn't messed up. It's the establishment trying to cut T off from telling the truth right now. So
Yeah.
His mic is messed up.
It just sounds like your mic is playing Frogger in the background. It's like,
oh boy,
like every 3 seconds it sounds like you're jumping across the road a little bit.
The truth too much.
Yeah. And that's what happens too, man. That's what happens when you got, you know, technology, man. Technology is a real thing. Technology.
Yeah. Yeah, you should going when you're talking the whole time, like every 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's weird. I've never heard that glitch before. That's weird. It's like every time.
See, there it is. There it is right there.
Yeah.
You got something good to say, man. They'll cut you off, man, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, you see they came out. What is it, Dan? I forget his name. The 2 dudes from the Trump administration came out and said that Epstein shit was, he took his own life. He unalived himself. They were like, we got the files, we got video of the cell going in and out.
Yeah, Cash Patel came out and was like, well, because he was actually originally saying like, nah, that doesn't seem right. But now he's the head of the FBI, so he can see the full files, and he's like, yeah. Whatever.
He's like, just stop asking about it. It's true. He unalived himself. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
Hey, Toad Stream. It's funny. It wasn't doing that on DA stream. I don't know.
Ribbit. That's exactly what it is.
It sounds like a ribbit. Hey, Gray, if you want to jump on, man, I'll shoot you a link, brother. But if not, it's all good. But yeah. I don't know. I find all these, like all of the different conspiracy, you know, aliens, all that stuff. It's just it's interesting. I find it funny that it seems like it was just a few years ago that straight up admitted that there's weird crafts and stuff that come out of the ocean, and people were just like, yeah, who gives a shit? Like it's just like they straight up sold
Antarctica. They have like an underground base. They do. They have like the Interpol, the UN has made one. It's a seed bank, though. If the one you're talking about is what I'm talking about, they have a seed bank of like every seed collected in the planet, and they kept them in Antarctica in an underground place to keep them fresh, and they can reuse the seeds. It's stored at a certain temperature. They do have that. I've seen that, and they have fucking YouTube videos where people can go in there, and they, from different countries. Like I think it's like 7 different countries have come together. And like the seed banks. It's in Norway. You're exactly right. There you go. Did I say Antarctica? Maybe I was wrong then, but so I can see if there's something in Antarctica similar to that, Jeff. Yeah, you know what I mean? For vaccines, for fucking away from people.
Arctic Circle.
In the Arctic. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So technically Norway, the country, but you're correct. It's a seed bank of every living bioorganism on the planet, in case there is an apocalyptic nuclear holocaust and they can recreate the earth is my understanding of why the EU or whoever funded it.
If I leave for about like 5 to 10 minutes, I'm just need to run somewhere real quick, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink.
Sure.
you guys hold it down. I'm going to let it run, and you guys. I mean, Rockefeller
man.
has
I got
control.
it. You got
He has
control
control of
over it.
everything. So
So
I'll
if you
be
need to share,
right
yeah,
back.
bro. Absolutely.
Hey, Rockefeller, am I
Yes, sir.
still frozen?
Yeah, you keep freezing every now and then, but you got your same profile. You're just chilling. But if you turn it off,
should I log out and come back in?
no, it's just because you probably have your internet might be struggling to keep up. So do like T does. If you don't mind being frozen, it ain't a big deal. But just it's just not doing audio and visual at the same time. Just turn your video off. Just turn the camera. If you start getting glitching in your audio, definitely do it because it's it's struggling on your internet. But right now, if you don't give a fuck about looking like that, who cares? Because see, now you have a problem. It's on you. No, it's all good, brother.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the MI2 trailer or the MI7, 8, 9, 10, whatever?
I'm about to say, you mean a Dead Reckoning Part 2?
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'm hearing a lot of responses. Everyone says long, but I'm still optimistic.
DA and Syfaxx both said it's fucking long. It's 3 hours, man. I ain't watching no movie that's 3 hours. Even if it's Endgame wasn't 3 hours. I think it was like 2 hours and 45 minutes pushing that shit. I only watched that because I had 10 years of culminating to get there. And I'm like, I'm not just gonna go watch a movie that I don't. I mean, if you've watched the other Missions Impossible before this, you probably had something to build up to. When they were talking about it, I was like, I didn't watch any of them. I might have watched 2 parts of both them fucking movies. One was Philip Seymour Hoffman. I remember watching one part of that, and I was like, he's good in it. But the rest of it, Tom Cruise just doesn't do it for me. When I saw him in Top Gun, great. That's enough. That's all I need to see. I don't need to see him in anything else for another fucking 10 years. He just doesn't do it for me. Last time I saw him was in Tropic Thunder. That was fine, I've never been a Tom Cruise. He's never drawn to the box office for me.
He kind of brought me back with Top Gun Maverick, to be honest. I thought it was super strong, super patriotic in an era where we're not patriotic. I thought it was anti-cultural. I thought it was pro-USA. I thought it was very cool, very strong. And from what I've heard, they've already greenlit the third one, which I'd be down for sure.
Tell you what, that did numbers, and everybody I know, the people, all my friends are in the service. One of my buddies I ran into, I hadn't seen him in like 8 years. He was in the service. Like, hey man, it's good. We ran into each other. We went and had lunch. I was like, let's go see Top Gun, bro. Have a good time. He's like, dude, I've already seen that fucking movie like 4 times. Dude, I've already seen it twice. It's like, that movie was so good. Everybody not only watched it once, rewatched it, watched it several times. And
I'm an 80s kid. I know guys that are like, I became a pilot because of Top Gun. It's a thing. It's the reason why it's such free access to the Navy and the military to film and stuff, because he's a fucking dynamite recruiter.
I don't know what happened to that, Islamic. What happened to the hearings about the UAPs and gravitic propulsion, anti-gravity technology? They stopped talking about that all of a sudden. That's something that if anti-gravity technology, that's going to be fucking top secret military-esque. If they were talking about that, it was leaked on accident. And if they continue to, if they stop talking about it, it's because there's probably some validity behind it. And they're like, hey, don't let the fucking enemy know what we got, asshole. These fuckers play Call of Duty now. They'll be making fucking CGI fucking animations of people with anti-gravity and trying to figure out how to combat it before we even get on the battlefield, So you got to be careful with that shit.
Yeah, that's Area 51 stuff.
Yeah, so if that happened.
Yeah, that is, you hear leaks of stuff like that, but it's not the first anti-gravity thing I've heard. But yeah, that's all that Area 51 stuff. And my brother actually works there. It's very restricted, very limited information, kind of like the Biden White House cover-up. No one knows what's going on.
Well, it's funny you say that because, everything should be like, right now they got Marvel's Doomsday's being filmed, right? That thing's got like fucking $400 million at least in fucking, you think nobody, on all these other movies that have $300 million like this, nobody's going on there on the set and stealing the pictures, right? They had a fucking asshole show up the other day stealing pictures on set of the Avengers Doomsday. I'm like, bullshit. This place is locked down like Fort fucking Knox. Ain't gonna be no kid walking around the fucking set and taking pictures. It's online. If this was real and this kid was taking pictures online, these fucking photos would be taken down a long time ago. This isn't real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's too much money on the line.
Too much money on the line. Disney would have had that shit shut down. I don't want any spoilers. And if they're shown, I want to be shown like this in a trailer. You know what I mean? I don't want to show it on somebody else's time. I want it on my time. It was like, so I knew that was some bullshit when I saw it. So if there's validity to something, it would get taken down.
Yeah,
Emergency Awesome would be making a YouTube about it. A short, like, here's the pictures the guy took, and it's zooming in. No. Either it's strategically placed out there in the universe, or you take it the fuck away, because I don't want anybody seeing this shit. It is for a certain time.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe UAPs and anti-gravity propulsion, which I can see is true.
Well, that's all that 1950s. This is T's wheelhouse, not mine, but that downed alien aircraft, and I believe from my brother, this is the, levitation technology, or what you said, anti-gravity, where you can like act like a 70s spaceship and fly around without the rules of gravity. That's, I think, what this is hitting on. So, but I'm sure this is more T's wheelhouse than mine.
You want to watch this trailer and check it out? T,
yeah,
watch this trailer?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
Here we go. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, not Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Cruise is 4 or 5 years older than me. To do these kind of stunts is so fucking badass.
It is dangerous. You know what I mean?
It's
when
dangerous as fuck.
He can break fucking anything. He can pull something, break something, and you're not going to recover if you do at that age. Even if you're taking roids, you're not going to. This is dangerous for the fucking production, bro.
No, I flew on Blackhawks. There's no fucking way I'd hang out on the wheel.
And he doesn't have harnesses, rough. Jeff. When he does his shit, he sometimes when he did the plane thing, he had an inside harness to hold on. I guarantee he's not harnessed right here. They're flying low for a reason, over water, because he's not harnessed. I guarantee he's not harnessed.
But still, because I've jumped
got
out
3 points of contact. He got a 4th for insurance. He's doing it. He's hugging his head to the side. I guarantee, and that's a crazy, crazy amount of risk you'd put on not only the main actor, but a celebrity superstar.
Bro, going that speed, if I was hanging on the tail of our Blackhawk and I hit the water when we're going, 140 miles an hour, I'm breaking like most of my spine.
You're fucked, bro.
Yeah,
there's some rocks in there you're gonna be bashing your head against. You ain't even gonna feel it. I'm in a hospital for a year. This is fucking nuts. Just this alone, respect. This is what, when DA was saying we need to find somebody to replace him, you got to find somebody who does this, because this is what sells these movies. Putting a camera right there on that plane, capturing his actual, real reaction. This isn't CGI,
Yeah, which makes it real as fuck.
Let's watch this shit. Here we go.
All right, let's go.
This can't be true.
Dude, they almost hit.
That must be the underwater scene they were talking about.
CIA Black Vault break-in. Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him.
So that's from the beginning. That's from the Call of Duty fucking meme. So they're showing flashbacks from the original movie, huh?
That's the first movie. Yeah, that's the first movie.
He was running out when the gas starts spreading in Call of Duty. You gotta start running. So that's an old ass meme.
He gassed a security briefing.
When the gas starts spreading. I didn't know there was gas in the movie. There it is.
Was just 2 months ago. This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here. If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him. Should he choose to accept?
Yeah. So far, just from watching the replays of all the movies, I like the recaps of it. And but then I don't know how much of it is the current movie. You know what I mean? So I'd have to know what's the recaps and what's not. So far, the trailer's telling me.
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan? Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised. Everything you are, everything you've done has come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
He really jumped out the back of that aircraft carrier?
I'm sure he did, and that freaks
That was
me
fucking
out.
awesome. That freaks me out, Jet. That motherfucker's crazy, bro.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This is your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
It's a hell of a trailer.
That's a hell of a fucking trailer, bro. I like the again. I've only seen parts of like 1 and 2 and bringing them on. My bad. To you here, I didn't even see. I was watching full screen. Let me remove that. Let me get rid of that thing and add T to the screen. It looks like you got 2 T's here. What up, bro?
What's up?
You see it?
All right.
Was you watch that trailer with us? Was you able to see that? Have you seen that already?
Yeah.
It's good.
Thanks, brother. Hey, Jeff.
Gee.
Yeah. Okay. Look, got a conspiracy theory. I'm gonna come with it. I already talked about the reason why we know there's no such thing as satellites because they're never in any background of when they're actually up in space. They've been shooting up satellites for 60 years and you never see any space debris with them being up there because they're not up there. They're really cables on the ground. That's how you get the internet. There's cables connected. They don't fly a straight path, going back and forth. The lights, the aurora lights, that's the reason why you see those lights, and they don't ever talk about why. They never show you the distance of the lights beyond, because what? You would see the other land that's past it. The other land, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. It's endless. It's like everybody knows about Admiral Byrd, right? You know about Admiral Byrd? Anybody know what that?
No. What is that, T? By the way, I'm back.
Admiral Byrd had this mission supposedly to the hollow earth. Went to Antarctica. He took the biggest naval exploration.
Is that your smoke alarm, dude?
That's not my alarm. Whose alarm is that?
That Rockefeller?
It's supposed to be this big expedition they did down there, and they went to the inner earth or whatever. What they really mean, they went past Antarctica, and they saw stuff they weren't supposed to see, and they got back somehow, and I guess they killed them or whatever. But it's a well-known story. You can Google it, man.
We're gonna bring in. I just sent a link to Abe. He likes this kind of stuff, so we'll go ahead and bring in another conspiracy dude. This guy's kind of about it too. He'll be here in just a second. I sent you the link, Abe. And what's up, Miss Sparkles? Let me go ahead and say hi to a couple people I didn't say hi to before I took off for a minute. Rafa Balde, what's going on? I did point out the Islamic. I believe that's it. Gray Poupe, if you're still here, what's up, Gray? Abe Gray, anytime I'm streaming, man, if you see me on, if you ever want to jump on, he is a talking jar of mustard. Yeah, that's a conspiracy, but it's true.
He's a talking jar of mustard.
Yeah, don't believe everything you see online. He's lying. It doesn't really talk, and it doesn't change into Gambit randomly. I'm listening in, trying to work at the same time. Right on, Dragon Master Zero. Dragon Master Zero, hail to this guy. He's a huge supporter of a bunch of the channels out there. This guy's fucking awesome.
Love you, bro.
Handle that work, brother. With that being said, we got Abe. What's going on, Abe?
Yo, what's going on?
Not too much, man. Figured, it'd be an interesting thing to talk about with, how much T likes going off on conspiracy stuff, and we have people that are up this late.
love it.
This is the
I love
perfect
it when
timing
T
to do
goes
it.
off. Yeah.
I think he's fixing a few things right now. Or when he is back, I will unmute him. Oh no,
When are
he's
we gonna
back.
go back
There
to the
we go.
moon, man? Since the moon, you know what? That's my number one. When are we gonna? Aren't we planning like a moon mission to actually go back soon? Like to actually walk on the moon? A walk mission? What year is
there's
that?
plans to establish a moon base.
What year is it? 2027?
DK Bones.
Yeah, I think so. It's supposed to be under the directive of the US Space Force, I believe.
That was Jeff with all the background noise. Shit, I was wondering who that was.
That's why I got him left. Something must be going on. Must be cooking something or making food.
Probably. Anyways, go ahead and continue. Sorry, I was trying to figure out who that was. So now we're good. Now we got some radio silence going on, so everybody can hear.
Yeah. So from what I understand, the plan is to establish a moon base first, then use that as like a launch pad to get to Mars. Just because it's easier. Hey,
yeah, that always seems like the.
Hey, go on, T. I see you,
Jeff. Hey, Jeff. When you're not talking, just make sure to mute the mic in between whenever you want to talk, because you have background noise going on for some reason. I don't know if it's a fan or something that's hitting it, but it's kind of just has this constant warble going on.
Okay, yeah, I think it's a ceiling fan. I'll kill it now.
Yeah, I'm seeing Moon Base Alpha. How SpaceX will help build the first moon base. The space race is dedicated to the exploration of outer space and humans' missions to explore the universe. So yeah, the space race for Moon Base Alpha. That's pretty cool. So they're taking a rocket. They're gonna shoot. It brings SpaceX will bring the rocket back. They're gonna lay it down on its fucking side and convert it into a fucking base, like it's a fucking house. They're gonna do it like 4 or 5 times. Yeah. They're gonna have like a little fucking compound there. It's like, really? That's a great idea. I mean, actually, they have to shoot like 2 for one, for redeploy to come back home for the, but those are way fucking smaller than the actual fucking ship redeploying back into the atmosphere. That's pretty cool.
They've never fucking been to the moon.
I know.
They're never gonna go to the moon.
That's why they're going now. They've never been. They better get their ass there soon.
Like, isn't there like a certain? I mean, okay, obviously T doesn't believe in this, regardless, but still, the way that they talk about it, there's a certain, there's a wall that's like, there's a certain radiation belt. A radiation belt, right? And like humans wouldn't be able to pass that, even with what we have nowadays, type of deal. So people that's the biggest thing that people talk about when they say we never made it to the moon, because humans, even with what we have today, wouldn't be able to make it. And so 60 years ago or whatever, you definitely wouldn't have been able to do it, or 50 years ago, however long ago it was. It's like that's the main kind of counterpoint to that. It's like, yeah, that seems a little ridiculous.
It's one of those things where human exposure to certain types of radiation, you'll have to forgive my voice, it's breaking a little bit. I'm a little bit sick.
Just drink some vodka, man, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I think I might do that.
Speaking of
certain types of radiation are acceptable in low doses. So if you're passing through a belt like that, as long as it's a brief period, you'll be fine. Just don't park there in space. That's a bad idea,
So while I was talking about the Biden conspiracy, the prostate and all that, I was listening on the radio. Yeah. So an old fucking way they used to get rid of prostate cancer. If you had it first, they lopped off your testicles because it would grow into testosterone and your testicles would produce testosterone. But then they're like, I don't want my nuts lopped off. Then they started putting radiation, slicing the sac open, putting radiation pellets in there.
And then they went straight to fisting.
To try,
and that's also how sounding was invented.
Dude, Rockefeller, I don't know what kind of clubs you're going to, but I'm never going there.
Look, the guy called in and said, my dad went through the operation, and it was so crazy. When I was a teenage boy, they said nobody that was a teenager was allowed to go into the room with like a 50-foot radius of him, because the radiation you get off would probably make him sterile, especially from like 10 to 21-year-old boys. I was like, is this fucking for real? And he was like, yeah, I'm being honest. The doctor said if you're 10 to 21, we want to let it go within a 50 feet radius of my father because he had these fucking radiation testicle things in his testicles to try to kill the fucking thing, but it also kills sperm in the AO. So it's like, whoa, pops, I love you, but don't hug me, bro.
So his nuts could literally kill people.
They could kill fucking future people.
Imagine that as a boast.
That's
It's
pretty
like,
wild.
I fuck
Kill the
you, you
future
are
making
going
people.
to die.
Rafa Balda says, matter of fact, we're exposed to some level of it every day. It's just not
Yes.
enough to be harmful. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Correct.
I mean, just the sun alone, right? The sun alone, the rays that you're getting hit by. That's why they say a lot more people have skin cancer now or whatever. However true that is, whatever. I mean, I kind of believe it to a certain point. Like my grandma had skin cancer. A lot of that's usually kind of easy to remove. They just remove literally a piece of your skin because it's usually pretty small.
Flesh out you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just heals over. And it's like, yeah, stay out of the sun for a couple days. I do that all the time whenever I get a new tattoo. It's like, stay the fuck, like if you get a fresh tattoo and you ever get hit by like California sun at 100 fucking degrees out or 100 or higher, that shit feels like you're getting a tattoo again. It's terrible. Like
then I'd stay out the sun at all times. That's why I look like Casper.
Yes, that's the reason. That's the reason.
Yeah.
But so T was talking a little bit about his flat earth stuff before. Hey T, what's one that you like to talk about that's not flat earth? Because I'm not gonna lie, you're not gonna sway many people on that one. But what's something else, man?
Before T goes on, if you don't mind me interrupting.
Well, yeah, since you're new on the panel, since I asked it at the beginning, what are your favorite two kind of conspiracies that you would like to talk about? And then you talk about whatever you were going through. Yes, that was my initial question to start this all off. And you weren't here when I first started, so
Australia isn't real. I love that one. Pigeons are government surveillance devices.
Dude, I actually I actually kind of feel bad for pigeons because we literally domesticated them to train them to like deliver messages and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then once we stopped using them, like it's bred into them now. That's why they're usually chill around people. Like they're not scared of them. And then everyone's just like, oh, they're flying rats with diseases and shit. And it's like, yeah, but we did that.
Yeah,
like,
we kind of did that.
We're the problem for that. We're the reason they're like that. It's like, oh man, and
why wouldn't it be a golden sphere for America, T? I don't get this. It's only doing like the top half of the circle. What's going on there?
T, this might be a personal question, but what shape are your balls?
That's a pause.
Are those balls by any chance?
All right, here's one. The AIDS and HIV epidemic was a way of birth control. It was an extreme way of birth control to stop inner city and other people from having babies. To slow down population control. There were far too many babies born during the baby boom. Premiums for insurance and for health insurance, for regular insurance. Most people's, they were based on life expectancies up to about maybe 55, maybe 60. That was the average life expectancy, but the life expectancy has been expanded ever since. So a lot of those premiums that people paid into for the last 30, 40 years, and they're collecting on it, they've gone beyond their life expectancy. So, and the insurance company, and you know it's real because now you got assisted living homes. Those are paid, fully funded, paid things because people paid their premiums for 20 to 30 years, and now they're taking advantage of them. And those assisted living homes are expensive. We're talking about $4,500 a person per month, and they're filled with people. It's not a hospice. It's assisted living that they can take advantage of for the rest of their lives. So all the premiums, even for like your car insurance, any insurance, house insurance, these people have lived past their life expectancy.
I mean, I'm kind of on the side of like most insurance in general is just a giant fucking scam. About 90% of, I would say, at least Americans, because out here we're
Yeah.
required insurance for
Yeah.
fucking everything, and most people don't use it. Like I've never, I don't think I've ever gone to the hospital ever in my 36 years. I went for one time, and then we waited in the lobby, and I was like, because I misstepped at a party and I fell on the side of my ankle and I thought I broke it. I didn't. I just sprained it fucking terribly. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't feel that bad. Let's get out of here. And I've been fine ever since. And the only other time was literally the first. It was a day on the job, or it was the first day on this job that I was working. That it was like my 3 month probation period was kind of over, and they were like, oh yeah, we just literally that morning signed me into their into their insurance, their health insurance plan or whatever, or their whatever it's called, your liability thing. And that day I got kicked back by a jackhammer while I was standing on something, and as I fell, my foot snagged this, like, it looks like a 3 metal prong while you're standing in the bottom of a pool. I flipped that over,
Were you
and
in Final Destination?
dude, yeah, it was a whole fucking Rube Goldberg machine of death to my leg.
Oh.
But it pierced me in, like it pierced into my leg and out of it like a giant fucking piercing. So, and luckily they were like, you were about a half an inch away from like a major artery, and so it went in and out. And then my first reaction, stupidly, was to roll out of it, but luckily the way that I rolled was the way that it was curved, because they were like, if you rolled the other way, you'd be dead. And I was like, okay. So it was the day I got the insurance, I had that, and then that was the only time, and it was just a couple stitches, but I mean, I just had these two, like, I don't know, $half size holes in my leg for a while, and then and I never went back to get the stitches removed, because I just removed them myself, because fuck that shit.
Yeah, I would say that everything that T said isn't a conspiracy there, at least anyway. That was all factually correct.
It's
It's very horrible. And
if you go further as well, you look into the history of things like Planned Parenthood, which was originally started by a woman called Margaret Sanger, I believe her name was.
Yeah.
Who was a racist eugenicist who wanted to eliminate the black community entirely from American society. So the idea that certain diseases, certain social problems and issues would be introduced to those communities as a means of lessening them, I could well believe that.
Well, oddly enough, they found a way to just not even just for the black community, but the whole limiting the population thing. They've managed to convince people to do that all on their own. They're just like, abortions for everybody. Just go for it.
But they do it. It's far sinister with condoms. The thing they put in condoms, right? Like some of the ingredients, they're giving women those fibroids. The chicken gives them fibroids as well. They mess with their insides. That wasn't a thing. That wasn't a thing for them. The same chicken does not go to Studio City that goes to Burbank, or that goes to Chatsworth or to Texas. It's different. All these things are happening because when stuff is going so fast, they're moving at 1,000 miles an hour, so hoping that you don't see what they're doing, but they're actually doing things that are all screwed up. Right?
I could see Rock's face now. He's thinking, chicken? Yeah, that's right, Rock. Right? If you're not having sex with women and stuffing a whole chicken breast up the hoo-hoo beforehand,
Pink flamingos.
You are fucking up, son.
You see,
well, chicken has lower. It's lower. Chicken is the one of the highest bought things besides pork, and pork has all these parasites in it. Like when you go down a parasitic conspiracy like train, that is
okay.
That is big can.
Dude, once I've seen those videos where people pour soda on like pork and all the worms and shit come out of it, I was like, I'm never eating that shit again. Other than bacon. I can still eat bacon, but that's about it.
Never. All these things that are happening, you don't think about it, man. They're just think about whenever something is told to you really fast, and they say that is the truth, that's it. Always disbelieve. Don't believe what they're saying, man. Hey, this is it. The end. They always come up with that.
Yeah, like if someone Ben Shapiro's you, say, "Hey, bro, shut the fuck up." Just you know. give me the
Hey, Abe,
stick.
if I was gonna Ben Shapiro you right now, I'd be like, and let's go to our ad with Target. Here we go at Target.
Excuse me, Syfaxx. Skip it.
You ever watch that where he just like he'll be talking about something
"What the
super
fuck was
serious
that?"
and he's
You
like,
know?
and let me do my ad read real quick, and he just does it. And it's so
Yeah,
fucking
he
bad.
transitioned so seamlessly from, and this is why genocide is happening in this part of the world, and the only way that you can save yourself money is by investing in gold. Now, to our sponsor, I'd be like, what the fuck was that? Jesus.
It's like the worst transitions you ever
The
heard.
worst segues of all time.
But what they give us, in, because you're not allowed to question anything, because anytime you use common sense, because school makes you stupid, right? School is meant to make you dumb. Don't question anything. Obey, consume. I don't need you asking what happened here. I'm not going to tell you the process why. I'm just going to tell you this is it. That's it. Don't question me. Keep going on. You know, that's why you can go to the military, and 6 weeks of training will change. You will change your entire life like that. That's why media is so powerful.
6 weeks of like most fucking colleges now will too, apparently, because and then they come out being like, we're more educated. Look at this piece of paper somebody gave me. This says I'm smart. It's like, no, you know one thing. You know that one thing.
Yeah, I think it's alphabet
you're
soup,
not
man.
you're not worldly at all. You
I
know
got
this
3
one
degrees,
fucking
man.
thing in a textbook. Yeah.
3 degrees. I've never used not one of them in the real world. Not one of them. You know, they don't mean anything. It's all alphabet soup. It's just fancy toilet
3
paper.
degrees.
Fancy paper, toilet paper. Doesn't mean a thing.
We were talking about conspiracies, and somebody brought up chickens and stuffing them in people, and I thought about pink flamingos, so I figured I'd share this real quick. Y'all see that?
What is that?
1972, pink flamingos. If you know, you know. Not, it's just a little
John Waters.
1 minute clip.
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit. Filth are my politics. Filth is my life. Take whatever you like. Yes.
What was it? What was that character's name? It was Divine. Wasn't that Divine, right?
From fucking Pink Flamingos, Divine. That's
yeah.
Her
do you
real
know what that
name, but it was
actually
also named
reminds me of?
She's from
That reminds
she's
me
from
of
Baltimore.
Joaquin Phoenix's performance as Joker. My life is a comedy.
He probably took inspiration from
Probably,
that. I wouldn't doubt it, because that's a big film. And like, you know, if you know that film, you know it, and that's a big fucking film. Inspiration on, to where it's sick as shit, but you know, it's like over the top dramatic. I wouldn't be surprised if he took inspiration for.
Well, when they sit there and say, "Go ahead and eat shit," they do. They literally do.
Yeah,
it's terrible, man.
It
It's
is
fucking
horrible.
awful.
Don't watch that movie. I've shown you enough. Please don't watch it anymore. Don't go look that movie up. Don't watch it.
Yeah.
When I heard every time, I was like, this sounds about chickens and.
No, but the chickens give women. The chickens give women. They give them fibroids because they're growing far too fast, and the hormones in the chicken affect girls differently than it affects boys. The boys grow. They grow breast. In some instances, boys that like if you give a boy soy milk, they're gonna grow breast.
Yeah,
it works so differently. There's so many things that are happening to us that we participate willingly in it and we don't understand. It's just that's how it happens. You know, one of the biggest conspiracy theories I told you about before. You know, for those of you who read the Bible, hey, you know, God tells Adam and Eve not to mess with what? What thing does he say not to mess with? What?
Same sex.
No, but what item, what fruit does he say not to mess with?
The fruit. He's like, bro, look, seriously, if you eat the apples with this chronic, bro, that's just
apple, right?
Forbidden fruit, yeah.
Forbidden fruit, apple, right? Who makes the iPhone?
Yeah, I've heard of this
What's
one
their
as well.
symbol?
Why would they make that?
And it's
What's
an
their
apple
symbol?
with a
Orange.
bite taken out of it.
Right, and they got rainbows. They got the rainbow
Yeah, as
colors
fuck.
as their symbol too, right?
Mhm.
And you never see. This is what I mean. You never thought, well, they're gonna put chips in your hand. Chips. Oh, I'm not gonna let somebody insert a chip in my hand. The phone has a chip, right? The iPhone knows.
Oh no,
what
there's
kind of-
people that are literally putting it into their hand. Like there's videos of those people being like, "Look at me buy my groceries with just my hand, with a swipe of my hand," and it's
Well, it's
like,
in your hand
"Oh,
anyway.
you're
with your phone.
retarded." Yeah,
The phone's
Jesus
in your hand. The phone knows. The phone knows what kind of pizza you order, what kind of porn you like. It knows what pictures. It knows the phone knows all your little dirty secrets. It knows.
I mean, if I order from Pizza Hut and all of a sudden it comes with my favorite porn DVD or whatever, like I'd be like, you know what, Pizza Hut has my business. All right.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is the best Pizza Hut I've ever been to.
Be like, you guys know me so well. I order here way too much.
But you can see that's happening anyway. That's happening anyway. What they're doing is they're storing files on you, so that they've got a big enough file, a personal file on you to say, hey, I got a profile on what this person is doing, what they like, when they like it. Oh shoot.
Well,
the phone is always taking pictures of you in infrared. Oh, look at him beating off. We got hours and hours of him launching off to us.
I mean, how useful is that?
It's
To a
useful
company,
in case
to the
you do
government.
anything. In case you do anything, I've got the case to prove it. Hey, this person has it's like a psych profile.
Right. But
Facebook is
take
an
the
up-to-date
technology
dossier for the
aspect.
federal government. It tells you here's an up-to-date picture of my face. Here's the past 20 years of my face. So if you need to do some kind of profiling with the computer, you can find out what I'm gonna look like in 20 years too. Not to mention, here's my location, here's where I've been, here's my cards, here's my address, here's all my family and friends, what they look like, my connections.
Some of the initial
Federal government never fucking could imagine Facebook and just being like, you idiots gave us all your personal information.
Yeah. Some of the initial funders were the CIA of Facebook.
Right.
Right. But take the technology aspect totally out of the equation. The government has been doing this shit forever. They were just doing it on pen and paper before, typewriters and shit.
Right.
You know, you're never safe from the government.
Yeah, that's what
Don't
Elon
give
Musk
up your guns, people.
And the Doge thing, they said they had the fucking the downstairs somewhere like a basement full of like papers, and like old shit for Social Security. I'm like, yeah, keep that, because the computers, we don't need that anymore. We got computers. Computers crash, blackouts.
Yeah. Exactly.
From an electrician.
I mean, humans are
always have
computers.
a
I crash out all the time.
contingency. A lot of people don't know. What contingency means. Unless you're in the fucking field and you're operating the AO like Jeff, you probably don't know what contingency means. It means you got a fucking backup plan.
Hey, you just saw through seeing the movie Sinners, right? When they do stuff that you look, it's true. You have to give them permission to do the things that they do. That's why they're always asking for permission. They give suggestion, because what these people are doing needs permission, because it goes beyond just regular understanding. They're always asking for permission, or they'll just take it from you, where you just get comfortable with, oh, okay. Hey, you guys want to get checked before you get on the plane? We need to do that, right? It's always under the guise of, hey, it's forceful compliance. Just willingness to be like, oh, okay, no question anything, obey, consume. Hey, you know what, man? Christmas takes all year, man. We don't want to do that anymore, man. Let's do something else. Let's order online. Let's do other things. Let's make everyday Christmas. So it doesn't even have the same value as set up across the entire globe. It's done.
They live in some real shit.
Wait, go ahead and repeat
aliens.
what you just said. You said across the entire globe. What was that?
Entire globe.
That would imply roundness, right?
I'm just metaphorically speaking.
I know.
Yeah,
it's
the
the
whole
global
world. How about
society
that?
of flat earthers.
But see, the only thing about the flat earth thing that I like, if that were true, it would be probably the most fascinating story ever, that we've been living on some just experiment.
Oh,
and
it would be extremely fascinating. I'm just curious. I'm sure. I mean, it would be a terrible experiment, but at the same time, it'd be an easy way to prove or disprove it. Where all you do is you take two planes at the same height, so same longitude and latitude, and you fly them directly across from each other at different areas, and then when they crash into each other on the other side, there you go, right? Like it should all. That would kind of solve a lot of that, right? And you could do that with on-man stuff, like
yeah. There was an experiment actually conducted by it was one of the biggest flat Earth societies. They got together, right? They got as much scientific equipment as they could to try and make it as scientifically verifiable as possible. And so they took 2 points and said, okay, we're going to flash a light from one point to the other. Now, if our theory is correct, it should go directly from one point to the next. If our theory is not correct, then it will be off by a fraction of a degree. They did the test multiple times. It was always off. And their conclusion was they must have had faulty equipment.
Which could be the case.
It could be, but it's the least probable case.
I think it's more comfortable to believe what we always know based on what feels like reality, that okay, we're this important, but it just doesn't feel that way, especially when you have an imagination. I think the flat earth thing, it's upsetting to a lot of people because that shit can't be real. Because I know I was like that.
I don't find it upsetting. I just find it ludicrous.
Okay, I mean, ludicrous, upsetting, it's the same thing. Most people, it's just it'd be like, whoa. If it happened, you'd be sooner believe there's aliens than there'd be flat earth, right? But if this were to be true, to say you're just in this one zone and there are all these different zones outside of your zone, you'd be, you know,
well, why can you leave from like one side of California, like, so you fly one direction and you end up on where you should end up according to our globe?
Well, they're flat.
Why don't they run into anything else? Why don't they see?
Well, how come they don't fly?
I've been on cruise ships and I can see the horizon. I can see the dip. Like
if they're if they're on a curve, how come they don't dip their nose? They would have to dip their nose every time. They don't fly.
No,
they don't fly.
No, they don't.
No, that's not how gravity works.
Oh my gosh. There's no such thing as gravity.
Oh my God.
Okay, give it a second. T's about to float off.
No such thing as gravity.
Just keep jumping, right? And see how much further back you drift. You don't.
There's no such thing as gravity.
Because even if the Earth was curved or flat, there has to be a gravitational force that keeps.
So explain to me, when they're up on the International Space Station and they're saying, hey, and sometimes there's water that's sitting in their cup and not floating out of it. How do you explain that? Oh, they're in
because they haven't moved it yet. But
there's
when they
no
do,
motion in space.
Yeah. You're basically at a standstill.
Right. Let's say I just miraculously appeared in space right now, and I had a dart, the kinds that you'd use on a dartboard, right? No propulsion, nothing. If I just let it go gently, that would keep going forever until it encountered a greater gravitational force that would alter its trajectory. Forever.
Which for something as small as a dart, I mean, more likely it would burn up before it fucking did anything crazy like that. But I mean, let's just say it was indestructible, right?
That little dart would probably outlast the life of the Earth.
Yeah, it was, as long as it went in a direction that didn't have planets in the way or
it
something.
didn't interrupt anything that wasn't affected by other gravitational forces.
Momentum. That's it.
Yes.
That's it. So you're talking about momentum.
Yes.
That's not gravity. That's momentum.
Well,
yes,
that is momentum,
space,
but in space, yeah, you could use the momentum in space. When you're down here both things apply. Like,
How come when I'm driving,
that's why we have different words for things.
Why do you think you've got muscles?
How come when I'm in a plane, I throw a tennis ball up, it didn't go and shoot to the back of the plane?
Exactly.
Well, it's the same thing. Like if you're on
Makes sense.
Say you're in like an RV or a bus or something, and you're traveling and you jump up, the bus doesn't just go. It's because you're actually jumping with the momentum of the bus, so you're actually going at the same speed. So you're still actually going. You're going with the.
How the fuck does that work, bro?
But I mean, if you were to jump high enough, long enough, sure, like it would catch up to you. But usually, if you're only jumping a foot or two, you're not. That's not going to make enough. There's not enough time.
This isn't like a fucking Uncle T roasting session or anything. I fucking love these
No,
conversations.
absolutely not. No, they're good. Well, that was the point of doing something like this, is to talk about it. And also, I mean, T-Rex going off on this stuff.
Film. I want to talk about this shit.
Have fun.
As much as I don't believe in a lot of the stuff that he talks about, I find it fascinating. For one, that somebody actually does, but also I'd like to hear why.
It's like the moon landing. Everyone's like, "Oh, we went to the moon." I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon. I'm saying
that one I can get behind.
That one I can actually kind of get. We went to the moon. There was a reason why. Because as Americans, we were having a race to get to space, to have satellites that we didn't know the capability of against China, against Russia, more importantly. You know what I mean? It was called the fucking space race against the Cold War. And so, you know what? America was sitting here like, wait a minute, if they get to space first and they have these satellites that have capabilities to shoot missiles down anywhere, why go to school? Why go to work? We'd be dead. You know what I mean? No, hey, time out. It's calm down. Everybody calm down. Look, here's a video. We've already made it to the moon. We're the first ones there. We're the best country in the world. There's nothing to go back to work, go back to school. It's fine. So that, I mean, and not like Hollywood didn't have the technology, the biggest fucking film studio in the world, and to say, make a black, hey, T, I need you to make a black and white film of some idiots jumping around on a fucking sound stage. Don't make any sound, because there's no sound in outer space for all we know. I mean, you know, we don't know what sounds like in outer space. So make sure there's no sound. Try to hide the wires as good as possible. I mean, fucking, you know, just shit out of this
Rockefeller T. Christ.
You know what I'm saying? So it's plausible. At the time, there was a possibility to where, could it have been faked? Yes. Was it faked? I don't think so. I hope to God it hasn't been, but have we been back there since? No. Why not?
Only with the robotics and stuff. You know?
Exactly.
The rovers and shit up there, you know.
I must find a fucking Cadillac with a fucking
It's funny, Rock, that you should use that as an example, because that's exactly what it was for. It was mainly propaganda. And that's actually the strongest argument of why it might not have been as real as people think. However, the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. There's no one left to beat.
So now would be the time, and we're saying that JFK was killed by more than numerous people, at least two. They wouldn't say who the second one was, but I mean, now if it was the case, they'd be like, "Look, what else, Trump? Yeah, the fucking moon landing was fake. Epstein
I'm
did
pretty
it.
Sure, I know he killed JFK.
The moon landing was fake. You know what I mean? So it's like
it was only in a time machine.
They came out and said it when the Trump administration went in there. They didn't say who it was, but they said it was two. It was numerous people, at least two, and everybody thought that. It was like if you watch Watchmen. When they joke around and pretend like the comedian did it, yeah, comedian did it under somebody else's fucking orders while somebody else was watching them to get away with it. You're not gonna do that to the president without. I wouldn't be surprised if the dude that tried to do it to Trump didn't have a fucking accomplice. You know what? But they searched his history and they saw him come there by his fucking self. You can see how when somebody does something like that by themselves, how you get caught. You don't got to look out. You're in the wide fucking open. You're making stupid decisions. And that's why you have somebody to watch your fucking six, cover your ass. But he didn't. That's why he got caught. You know what I mean? It's like.
And it was only Trump's last second head movement that saved his life. That's it.
Yeah. Vorpal Snack says, since the Challenger, most people didn't want to see that again. I mean, that's probably true too. Yeah,
that's true, Vorpal. I mean, yeah,
televising possible deaths.
Elon Musk's got a few words to have with you,
but he hasn't had any people on board. Blowing up fucking debris is one thing, and fucking, you know, I'm
blowing up like possible satellites and shit. Whatever.
I can get my teeth done at a fucking dental school. Everybody's like, "Why'd you go do that, man? You're gonna have fucking students." Hey, when I was an electrician, you know what? I got to work on copper and concrete, which is an abundance of. If the copper's fucked up, melt it down, make it more. If there's fucking concrete screwed, mix some more, make some more. when it comes to fucking fixing teeth, there's only so many out there. You gotta fucking get your craft done on an actual person, which is crazy. But you know what? That's what you got to do. The challenger, when it comes to that, when you bring in human life and air, nobody wants to see that. Blowing up a fucking ship on the, over
Rockefeller.
Texas.
Rockefeller. Uncle T threw a video into the private chat. Go ahead and pull that up, man.
All right, let me go chat, private chat. Got you, bro. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
This is
And then we'll see what this one's about, and then we will continue on, people. Hell yeah. This is always interesting. Like it's funny because like I feel a lot of people feel the same way about a lot of things, but everybody has those couple things that are a little out there where it's like, all right,
yeah.
But like, how far does your crazy go?
This show, The Orville, is the best Star
Amazing.
Trek in years, and it's not even Star Trek.
Yeah, it's it's like pretty much every season is fantastic.
Yeah,
you
and
have to play it on your end.
All the same people who made TNG and Voyager and DS9.
T, real quick, is there a specific part? Because I don't know if we can play the whole 5 minutes without
5 minutes.
No, don't play the whole 5 minutes. Go back, go towards the end.
Okay, right. That look far enough?
Like the last minute and a half or something. We can get away with that.
Further, go further.
Okay.
You're on a bio ship, right? Go back, go a little bit more. 10 seconds. Some more.
Okay, I see it. Right there. We're about to open the door.
Yeah.
Okay, let's play again.
Yeah. Yep.
That's weird.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, T. That's fucking awesome looking. See, this is what I haven't seen, like a visual representation of a fucking show. That's a pretty cool representation.
This show's really good. Like it takes a bunch of like whether it's conspiracy stuff or whatever, but they actually explore probably a lot of the ideas that people are actually kind of talking about more consistently now, especially now that everyone has access to I don't know, everybody else. So it's like, all right, my crazy gets to mix with your crazy, but at the same time, maybe there's a little bit of truth. There's always like I feel there's a little bit of nugget of truth in almost everything. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy, but there's still nuggets of truth in everything that's out there. There's a little bit, it's like, there's probably something out there that you're right about or whatever. But it's like, is it this big whole thing, or is it there's a small part about it?
Yeah, the idea behind this particular episode wasn't really novel or new. In fact, there was a whole TV show in the 70s, I think it was, if I can.
Was it the Red Dwarf?
No, that was late 80s, 90s, in which it was basically the same premise, but there were so many different biomes. It's a TV show.
We know it's a TV show, but it's like sometimes TV shows get like the visual representation of what you're thinking about, right? I mean, it's like that. I don't know. It's just an easy visual representation. It's like, this is kind of what we mean. Like maybe not everything is perfect to what you're thinking about, but it's like, this is the closest that I can see that I can show you as a visual representation. If you're not somebody who can, do this on your own or make your own crazy graphs and whatever, if you're not editing and stuff, it's like, oh shit, that's actually, they did it in a show that, this is the closest that I've thought about, and that's kind of what I've been imagining, something like that. And it's like sometimes, maybe T would probably agree with this, where it's like sometimes they throw the truth out there, whether it's maybe that might not be the truth, but it's like sometimes they just do it like on accident, but at the same time, there's a reason that it's out there. Or sometimes the ones that are really interesting to me are the ones that like the episodes that get banned. And it's like, why did that shit get censored? Why is that shit not there anymore? It's like, no, you're giving away too much.
Just put a link in the private chat to this. It was called The Starlost, and it was from 1973 to 1974. It was a Canadian sci-fi, I think. And it basically follows the idea of a giant arc ship in which there are lots of different biomes like that are all different. So think of sort of like Westworld on a gigantic scale.
Jeff A says, Vorpal Snack, jump on the stream. Yeah, Vorpal Snack, dude, if you got a mic and if you want to jump on, just hit me up. Or if you know Jeff A, he can send you a link. You're welcome on here, man. You're in the chat enough. I trust you. Just, there's certain words you just don't say. And if your mic is a little too crazy in the background, just learn how to hit the mute button when you're not talking. That's kind of all I ask, basically. That's, I don't feel that's too hard to follow, but most people are welcome on whenever, especially if it's something that you're interested in to talk about. Yeah, for sure, man. Bring it on. Or just jump on and shoot the shit.
What is this on?
I think it's actually free to watch on YouTube.
Is it? Premise.
Yep.
It says, foreseeing the destruction of Earth, humanity builds a multi-generational starship called Earthship Ark, 50 miles, 80 kilometers wide, and 200 miles, 320 kilometers long. The ship contains dozens of biospheres, each kilometers across, and housing people of different cultures. Their goal is to find and see the new world of distant star. If you go back to the beginning, it says, which of an unspecified accident has gone off course. Centuries after its original launch, however, most of the descendants of the original crew and colonists are unaware that they're even aboard a spaceship. So they're on this fucking, they're like, dude, we're in a fucking land. We have to get out of here. I mean, realize
you want to see a good one, a good show like that is called Ascension. It got canceled.
Ascension. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Jeez, that was good.
Did it have a blonde haired chick in it? It was like the main lead.
Oh my god, that show was so good, and it ended on such a great cliffhanger. I was surprised they didn't bring that back. That was a great show, man.
See, look at that. There was an elderly man called Abraham. They had an Abe.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Who also questions the elders, gives Devin a key to the dark, mysterious door, which Abraham himself is afraid to enter. The frightened Devin escapes into the service areas of the ship and accesses a computer data station, which explains the nature and purposes of the Ark. And
who's the writers? See, the writers were so great back then, man. They had creative freedom, man. They can actually written by. Look at these people.
Oh hell yeah!
Written by Harlan Ellison as Cordwainer Bird. So I guess one of the actors in it, whoever Cordwainer Bird was, one of the actors was actually the writer.
If I remember correctly, I think Harlan Ellison was actually quite a prolific writer during his period. Yep. So he worked on a lot of TV shows and books and all sorts of things.
Died in 2018. Was American writer known for his prolific and influential work. See, that's why we don't get writing writers anymore. Yeah. He died fucking 7 years before he died at the beginning of this fucking bullshit we're going through right now with the writers.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Harlan Ellis. We need you to come back to life, homie. We need you to
resurrect. That was it. His best work was the City on the Edge of Forever from the original Star Trek. One of the best episodes ever.
Yeah, we don't get them like that anymore. I want to see some of these writers from like these current projects being like seeing their fucking IMDb's.
Oh yeah, well you'd be scrolling for like an hour.
Yeah, man, we got some shitty writers in Hollywood now. Yeah, we don't get good writers like that. It just wouldn't happen.
Well, it's because most of them are like 22 years old and have got no fucking life experience apart from going to Starbucks and sitting down and talking bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at least do it on YouTube.
I'm curious. Were you always kind of I guess a flat earther or whatever, or like when did you start getting into that? And then also when you did get into that, did that make you not like certain like sci-fi shows anymore? Because I know the dinosaur thing, like you don't like Jurassic Park movies because you don't believe in dinosaurs, but did you originally like them, or once you did research or your research, however you want to put it, did that change your perspective on them, or like what's the deal with that? I've always been curious with that, because even if I were to sit there and think that I don't believe in something, I could still enjoy it for what it is. like make believe. I mean, it's still make believe. So wouldn't make believe still just be fun? You know, I'm curious.
So what is this?
This looks like it's about to be the start of a tragedy.
No, it isn't. But this is something I would never fucking do. That's for sure.
I don't know why people do this.
He
shit.
climbed. He illegally climbed. Man illegally climbs the Eiffel Tower and films it. No harness. Definitely don't have no permits. And is crazy as shit. You see how he look? T. He didn't even look. He ain't got a hand on nothing right now. He's supposed to have 3 points of contact regardless. Everybody knows that. This motherfucker is crazy.
Bro, you know,
that's for sure.
Stay at home and kill yourself that way.
Oh God, I'd rather do that because man,
Yeah.
the 30 seconds falling down there, I'd be like, oh God, this sucks so bad. 13 seconds, whatever it was.
Mate, I saw a Chinese climber who was just like this, and he got to the top of one of the highest buildings in China, and he couldn't get his grip on at the very top, and you could see the point in which he just decided, nah, I'm done.
I hate those videos, and you see him just go, and it's like you don't see the end result, but you see him go, and you know what happens. I hate those videos, dude. It's like,
yeah,
I'm like, put a fucking harness on, homie. I don't care if you do this shit. I mean, if I have a harness, you can fucking
See,
you can jump off there all you wanted then.
At least with dudes like the Chinese guy who died in that video, you know, he had a big fucking life policy because he was doing the most dangerous shit you could do. This arsehole's probably just up there because he got bored.
He needs views, bro.
Dude, we used to have this place up in this the town I used to live in was near it's called Big Tonga Canyon, or like the canyon that was next to us was called Big Tonga Canyon, and there was this area you could go to which was called Monkey Canyon, which was known for its like rock jumping spots. So they'd have like 30-40 feet that you jump down into water. Yeah. And then there was this random tree on that's the very first jump, because there's like maybe 5 to 6 consecutive jumps you get to until you get to like the chill spot that everyone just kind of kicks it at once you've all done all the craziness on the way there. But there was this tree that would hang over, and this thing was a good 60 feet above where the main jump spot was. And we had this one friend who was kind of like this dude who was just didn't give a shit about heights or whatever, and he would climb that fucking tree, get to the tip of it, and then like backflip off of it down like 80, 100 feet into like a very small area. And we were just like, what the fuck? We just kind of expected him to randomly die someday or just from doing something stupid like that. We're like, I guess this is happening. Shit. And it's just like, okay, yeah. I mean, we'd all bring beer and just it was crazy, man. But this guy would do it and he would nail it every time. He was just like, he would do like perfect amount of flips and just
every time
hit the water,
you all
just
brought
perfect.
beers and you're like, today's the day.
I lost another sub. Am I down to 204? What happened?
Uh-oh. At least you're above 200. Who cares?
No.
Maybe they didn't like the content they were putting out.
No. Oh, I lost 2 subs. Son of a bitch.
See, that's why I got to get a nice schedule going so people know when you're coming on, when you're not. So if you're going to sub to somebody's channel and they're doing too much, keep the sub going. Just go to their channel, hit the bell, turn notifications off, because he goes live a lot. If you go live, people can be like, I got another email saying this fucking dude's live again. Just turn the notifications off.
Yeah.
Go to the channel, hit the bell, turn it off. But you can help by subscribing. If they're fucking sending emails, turn the bell, hit the bell.
It's all good. I'll get them back. Like the people that end up sticking around are the people that rock with you anyways, type of deal. So I'm like, if I get to 500 and 250 of those people actually fucking want to be around me, great. Like if I got like 40 to 50% fucking whatever, like the people who actually want to be here, who actually want to care about whatever.
Don't you go buy fucking subscribers from Twitter or from some dickhead on Facebook. My friends have 2,000 subscribers and have 2 people watching them when they're live. I'm like, the fucking point of this? You know what I mean? Yeah. You're supposed to be doing this to build a community, have fun, not to try to make money.
You might be automatically losing subscribers because if people sub but they don't interact in any way with your channel, even if it's leaving a like or a comment or anything like that, or even a dislike, after a set period of time, they'll get unsubbed.
Or it might be the end of the month again, like it was last month. Has it been 4 weeks again? Remember I told you always lose 2 at the end of the month?
It might be, yeah.
You always lose 2 at the end of the month for about 3 days. because they probably they have to
It's all
re-up
good.
their mobile data plan. When they get their
Well,
plan
that
up,
people
they just go back.
delete their accounts, they change stuff, maybe they see they like I've unsubscribed to people when I see too much of their stuff and I don't watch them enough. I'm just like, I'm tired of just seeing you I'm tired of having to scroll through your face, you know. But it's like I don't do that many things, so it's like maybe whatever. But you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
Shit
right,
happens.
Rafa.
It's all good, man.
You'll be back.
We'll still
You'll be back. Remember have
I know
maybe
maybe this weekend I'll write up a plan on how to start producing videos a little bit quicker and getting more content out there and getting better, like getting a set schedule and yeah.
Damn it,
Jeff
y'all.
says he's trying to unmute. Here we go. I unmuted you, man. We can hear your fan again, but what's up, dude?
Okay, yeah, try to kill the fan. I think it's outside, but yeah, cheers, bros. Really fun stream. Super happy with it.
Are you jumping off Eve or something?
Are you taking off?
Yeah, I gotta bounce. I got an early VA appointment.
Yep.
Yeah. But
thanks for hanging out, brother. I appreciate it, man.
No,
always good to have you on, man. Glad you got a setup going. You probably just had a bad
connection.
connection tonight. I mean, shit like that happens. It's all good.
We're gonna get Starlink. We're in Houston, but the internet is shit. So my spouse.
That's expensive, and it's supposed to be for. I mean, it's good, but I mean, I think it's expensive. It's supposed to be for remote areas. So try to find something little. It's cool to have if you're going on the go, but look for something a little cheaper.
Yeah, where's a good place to move in Houston, man? Where's a good place?
South Houston, League City would be, Pearland, but more League City. I would recommend. Property is cheap here. It is. We were looking at buying a condo in Huntington Beach, townhouse, 1.7 million, and then we bought something a quarter of the price here in Houston on the water. So yeah, it's very inexpensive.
Way more affordable.
Yeah, it's insane.
Are these real places with real prices? These sound like places in Pokemon.
I was gonna be like, geez, Jeff, I didn't know you were balling like that, dude. You was like, yeah, I was just looking at a 1.7 million. Like, it was
I thought to save some cash.
House don't cost $100,000 anymore. Let's be honest. Not like you can be like, even if
do you know
the for a house.
Do you know the intended? It was never intended to be over $100,000 for a normal person, because you can't foreseeably. There's no way for you to invest in the future with it being over $100,000 for a home.
Just for two people here out in LA with no kids, by the way. And this is like I want to say it's a 2-bedroom apartment. Like a combined salary, you need roughly about, I believe it's up to about 140 to 150,000 a year combined salary for two people, just for an apartment, not a house, by the way, just an apartment.
There'll be another housing market crash.
That's still live
housing market crash.
That's
people bought fucking houses when they were going in through foreclosure, putting fucking a couple $100,000 into them, putting the basic paint. And then everybody was trying to get their money back from losing it, by renting. So many Airbnb rentals have showed up now.
He sends me $1 every now and then, man. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I got an extra $1. Let's go. Like,
everybody sell all of your shit and move to Tennessee.
And well, yeah, you do that, and then all of Tennessee becomes
that's where my good friend Tomby's going.
Drop my boy Syfaxx with cash, the cash app, or the Patreon, because it helps the fucking channel keep going. Definitely subscribe and like if you haven't. Don't unsubscribe.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it going as well. But I mean, anything helps.
It's never going to get right. And when you got females who all they got to do is show their boobs or show their feet or show their knees or whatever guys are into, and they don't have to have 50,000 followers. They can have 500 followers, and they get funded by these men. Society is never going to be the same, ever. And to think it took till 2020 to get to that point, I mean, like, they can't even track the money now, man. That's why the IRS is after everybody, because they can't track the money. Because if you find out how much money is really going out there, it's going to make people's head explode. Girls could turn. You just said earlier on D's stream, $70 million, not in a lifetime, per year. A chick is making. Sophie Rain, and I heard she hasn't done anything sexual.
And you know what, guys? You
It's
can
just
do
like,
it too using the power
You
of
fell for that?
AI.
Hold on. That's the biggest conspiracy we heard all night. Did y'all just hear what T just said? Some thought on OnlyFans made $72 million a year, and T heard she hasn't even done anything sexual.
That's what I hear.
She's also a virgin.
No. Like, what he means by that is like she hasn't really. I don't even think she's gone topless or anything. She just takes
Sophie
like
Rain?
really crazy pictures. Yeah.
Well,
no, she gets in there like swimwear.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Amaranth, she makes like 25 million.
Rockefeller's like, oh, I know. Like
That's the whole thing.
It's like,
She tried to come out
eye
as a
contact
virgin.
right here.
It's
I
like,
got
this ain't
you.
Britney
Right here.
Spears in fucking 2000 or 1999. You're on OnlyFans. You think you're fucking? There ain't no virgins on OnlyFans. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. What's so special about this girl? She
used to go out with NLE Chopra, a rapper. It was his girlfriend. Apparently they filmed content to put out together and be porn stars, right? But then he cheated on her with her best friend, and now they're going out, and so she kind of got dumped to the wayside. So the content that they filmed that they don't do anything sexual with had to be thrown out the door, and then she started an OnlyFans.
The better question is, what's so special about fucking I don't know any of them that do any of this shit?
Exactly.
Nothing.
She's got like
you can find a diamond. You can find them a dime a dozen at like random beaches
There's a
around
market
here in
for that.
California.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Anna Nicole Smith was around, she'd be a bazillionaire. Bazillionaire.
I don't want to give away the smash or pass for Friday night's YouTube and chill, but that's what I got at borderline. Remember I said it got to be at least 25 T? This chick I got for smash and pass. If you're on Twitter, you've probably seen it. Don't give it away. We'll do it on YouTube tonight. She's 25. You'd be like, Rock, man, she's 13. No, I'm telling you, she's 25. Here's the fucking age right here. It's like Haley Steinfeld. She's young. She's a baby. She's 28.
Well, yeah, but if she looks 13, that's sketchy. That's fucking sketchy.
That's what the industry goes for. They go for my stepsister, barely legal. So they want this kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's sad, but it's true. You know? So they want all them chicks we saw on DA stream earlier. What was one thing that they all look like? Little fucking girls.
They
that or little boys even. Shit, which is even worse.
Should have returned to their cauldrons.
Yeah, they're young. And it's like, that's the fucking industry, whether it's Hollywood or the porn.
I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you go on Instagram, you'll see several girls that they may have been like skinny 2 years ago, and like all of a sudden they have filled out where you're like,
body positive,
right? Jesus Christ!
Hey, y'all do Uncle T on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. They've gone from little like
subscribe to whatever T is subscribing to on his Instagram.
My Instagram,
you'll get mad content.
My algorithm
to T's titty bitches over on Instagram.
It's tittyful. It's very tittyful, man. My algorithm is boob city. I mean,
my algorithm is completely fucking cooked. Right?
Oh yeah,
because it's the same shit. It's just like random bitches all the time, and I'm like, oh my god, do I even know anyone on here anymore?
Mine because the way that my friends message me or like they send random clips, it's all like random metal stuff, stupid fart clips, because like it's just like the ridiculousness of that, and then like people hurting themselves in construction. Like that's like all it is.
Yeah, I mean, bitches and cats.
These girls go out dressed like half naked and all stuff. That's not me. That's them. They're going out dressed half naked with titties out, they sexualize themselves, and then they don't want you to be like, hey, I like it with the fat titties. Nothing. Jeez, matter of fact.
Yeah, I don't think women react generally too well to that approach, really.
Man, but you're living in the most sexually promiscuous generation in modern times. This is the most sexually provocative like the women are sexually provocative, not just the men. The women are sexually provocative. You haven't seen that. That this is like Woodstock on crack. It's crazy.
They wear lingerie to the gym, then steal your jacket. I can confirm that if you put a hoodie down and it's a nice one in the gym, you walk away for too long, that bitch will get taken.
Man,
most likely by a female. Oh, this is my hoodie. You didn't wear a hoodie coming here, bitch. What are you talking about? You stole my shit.
Dude, I literally had a really fucking nice hoodie that I parked over on.
Some chick took it from me.
I'm trying to remember even the name of the street. No, somebody like because my friend went out to the car to grab something and he forgot to lock my car, and somebody just opened the door, took. The only thing that they didn't go through and see any of the change or anything, they just took my fucking hoodie and left. And I was like, you motherfucker. And it's a very specific fucking hoodie to where I literally went the next day and drove up and down that street to find like,
for somebody
homeless motherfucker who jacked that shit. And I was like,
the same thing happened to me. I had this fucking great leather jacket and some cunt fucking stole it from me. Granted, I was passed out in the streets. But he didn't take anything else. He just took the jacket whilst I was unconscious.
He's drunk, having a good time, huh?
Oh, fuck yeah. I drank a bottle of whiskey before I went out.
You mean passed out, not unconscious. This is different.
yeah, man. I was fucked up.
Hey, buddy, you all right? I'll take
like my cards, my phone, anything else of value, I still had it all on me. He just took my coat. I was like, I fucking love that coat.
Is he like find that one?
So I've got insurance from my phone. I can replace my cards. Where the fuck is my jacket?
Yeah, I just remember getting back to my car that night, and then we drive all the way back home. Everyone gets out, and I'm like, all right, let me clear out my car, and I'm just like, where the fuck is my jacket? And my first thought was like, did I leave it at the bar or whatever? No, nothing like that. I don't know if T just bounced or what.
I think he might have bounced.
Oh,
I'm listening. He said I'm listening in the back. In the back.
Oh, you'll be in the chat the rest of the night. Well, I mean, I was about to be wrapping up here.
Well, before we do, let me share this real quick because I was going to ask you, T. Look at this. I don't know if we did last time or not, but that's the front. That's the back. So if you haven't watched Andor season 2, make sure you go out and watch Andor season 2. Hubba. Okay. Now you got 2 different reasons to go watch Andor season 2. T, right there. He tried to grape me. I see why.
Damn, it's a wild ass. That's a wild statement. Shit.
What is this bullshit?
You're in a cornfield by yourself. Damn.
Not bad for a fat chick. Imagine if she lost 40 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be dead.
Not bad for a fat chick.
What the
Who the fuck said that?
This cunt who's the top comment here.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, and that person's probably like 300 pounds. You know,
not bad for a fat chick. Imagine she lost 40 pounds.
What the fuck? I ain't saying shit like that.
I would take that ass right on home.
I don't have a problem with ladies either, though. So it's.
I also put 5 more pounds in that thing and be like, let's go, baby. You want to take 40 out of it? What the hell are you talking about?
Hey, Rockefeller, what are you doing for a little while, man? You done do some gaming or what?
Yeah, I'll do it. I got to leave in about 30 minutes. We can get at least two rounds in if you want to. Maybe about 45 minutes. I got to be out the door.
You got to leave?
And 20 after 6. I got to take the boys.
Okay. And then when you're back, you do your stream, right?
Yeah. We want to play. You want me to play Call of Duty today for Bonfire and Coffee? If you're gonna be up, I'll do Call of Duty.
He said, "Dude,
if you're gonna be up for that, I mean, I'll wait to do a stream for that. That'll be fun. Yeah,
join me for Bonfire and Coffee. We'll play Call of Duty together.
Call of Duty.
99 problems, but the store is not one of them. We love Call of Duty.
I mean, since I have time, maybe I'll go ahead and record my my videos.
Yeah, do that. Give you some time to you record your trailer reaction. I mean, your movie reactions, and I'll be back until about fucking less than 3 hours. But I got to get the boy, take him to school.
Alrighty. Well, with that being said, Rockefeller, what do you got going on?
Bonfires and Coffee, 8:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, which is about less than 3 hours from now, Eastern Standard Time. And then tonight, this evening, I got YouTube and Chill, a weekly thing I do with my co-host Syfaxx. Hopefully Abe's going to show up. I think I'm going to get inviting Cinevere and DK Bones. So come join me, hang out. I like to drink wine and have a good time. Hope to see you there.
Always good to hear that. Always good to hear that. And Abe, the Green Power Ranger, what's up, brother? What do you got going on?
Yep, you can best believe I'll be there later tonight. At least that's what it will be for me anyway. Then after that, I'll be on Screaming Into the Void with Samuel the Infamous on Saturday night. So basically like a day after we've done that stream, a whole day. Then Team Play Tuesday. And then Hump Day Chinwag on Wednesday. Then, oh yeah, I've got Beelzebub on Saturday morning as well. Damn. Yeah,
all sorts of
anyway,
stuff coming up.
Yeah, I've got a lot of shit going on. Yeah, that'll do for now. Fuck it.
Well, right on. Well, thank you guys for joining the stream, and thanks for everybody in the chat for showing up. Sure, it was a random kind of topic and whatever, and apparently because of it, I've lost a few subscribers because, oh my god, people can't handle people just talking about random shit. It's all good.
They were all gay anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. Fuck them. Fuck you, 2 subscribers. Damn it.
They're probably MCU Phase 4 fucking lovers anyway. Let 'em
Totally.
go.
Yeah. So ultra gay, just all of the gay. Yeah, just. With that being said, we'll be out of here, and with that, I'm gonna turn this in. It'll either be this song or I'm gonna start. I need to. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend as well, is start making some new intro and outro songs and do a couple other things. Try to change things up just a little bit. Subscriber count. Yes, Extreme Meme. You're correct. You weren't wrong the last time. And now hopefully you'll continue to be wrong. As long as I'm above 200, cool. You have to be really awful for me to unsub. All right, don't tempt me with a goal, man. Do not tempt me with a goal. It's like, I'm gonna now I have something to aim for. Thanks, man. But with that being said, we are gonna get out of here. You guys, peace out.
Bye.
Whiskey lead a wandering soul to heaven's watering hole. I'll drink to forget a memory, but hell's got one more trick for me. I walked up, said, "What's your pain?"